Ferrari is fully Italian, but California has been part of its identity stretching back to 1957. The latest incarnation was introduced in 2008. For 2015, Ferrari has kept the aluminum chassis, replaced all of the aluminum body panels, except for the retractable roof, and bolted in new turbo power. Thus, the California T is born. Sounds like an energy drink. Drives like one, too.
California T is less of a hard-edged sports car and more of an everyday Grand Touring machine. It's also Ferrari's least expensive vehicle, starting at just under $200,000. You're probably reconsidering that Camry right now, aren't you?
Practical? For a Ferrari, small children can experience what the top speed of 196 miles an hour feels like. Not something I'd advise, though.
No adult is ever going to want to sit back here, but just thought I'd show you. Imagine with the roof up.
California's shape is more defined now, especially the trimmer rump. Even to Sir Mix-a-Lot, the outgoing model's rear was a bit bulbous. T stands for turbo. Each side of the new 3.9-liter V8 gets its own twin-scroll unit. A shame this work of art lives under a hood. 552 horsepower and 557 pound-feet of torque. Sounds positively orchestral. The gearbox has 7 speeds and a bit of a learning curve. Ride quality can be adjusted. All electronic nannies can be turned off, save for the anti-lock brakes. Not advisable today.
The first significant rainfall in 2 months, and what am I driving? A Ferrari convertible? Excellent.
Optioned up at $260,000. I am not testing my insurance coverage on these slick roads.
On dry pavement, Ferrari claims the California T does 0 to 60 in about 3.5 seconds, and that it's 15% more fuel efficient now. Always nice to be green.
The T gets an A for bridging comfort and drivability with high performance. That's courtesy of adaptive MagneRide dampers.
The engine management system doesn't offer full torque off the line. It steps it up as you get higher in the gears. That allows them to use taller gear ratios, again, for better fuel economy.
Probably saves a lot of money on tires as well. The baritone engine note is especially low when cruising in 7th gear.
Power is nice. Braking, very important.
Carbon ceramic binders are impressive. Cornering hard in sport mode, the tail kicks out predictably and obediently tucks back in with a flick of countersteer. California's Italian is easy to comprehend.
California T's power steering system is hydraulic, not electric, bucking the trend. Now, that's a good trend to buck.
The EPA rates fuel economy at 16 city, 23 highway, gulping the premium stuff like owners will care. Most of the cockpit is draped in leather, the good stuff, stitched up perfectly. It's like sitting in a big Prada purse. Pay $4,200 for this sound system, and it comes with Apple's CarPlay interface, giving your iPhone terrific performance.
There are a few things to get used to. For example, there are no stock controls, wipers, and the turn signals are on the wheel. So, is the horn.
The drivetrain heats this space up. Keep your Hershey bars someplace else. The seats are quite firm, yet comfortable and supportive.
Remember, California T is the practical Ferrari.
One pack fits under this safety barrier that must be in place with the roof retracted. I saw little time in that mode. Space grows to 3 with the top up. Golfers, California can be ordered with a folding rear seat back to accommodate your clubs. Since exploring the limits of this machine on public roads is unwise, some will argue more affordable cars like Corvette are a smarter choice. Maybe, but they are not Ferraris, and that means something. California T now captures the brand's essence much more than it did in the past. If you're cross-shopping, and who isn't at this price point, you'd be looking at Aston Martin Vanquish and Bentley Continental, maybe a Porsche 911 if you're buying for performance and a good deal. Those who follow Ferrari might have heard the story that California supposedly began life as a flagship for sister brand Maserati. Talking to the folks at Ferrari, they say that's not true. Now, I'll admit I'm not deeply steeped in the ways of the prancing horse, but the T definitely feels more Ferrari, especially now. I drove the California back in 2009, and while I enjoyed the brief driving experience, I was not thrilled, and I was not a fan of the design. The styling differences might be subtle now, but the new body panels do an awful lot to make the car attractive. There you go, gang. That is my take on the 2015 Ferrari California T. Run down to your Ferrari dealership today and snag yours. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk. Dodging rain squalls, here is Martin and Rob. Couldn't do this without you. Thanks, guys.
All right, no problem.
Looks like the storm is coming back.
Nature of the job, isn't it?
Yeah, well, good thing the pay is so high.
Yeah. Hey, where's my cup of coffee?